my babes? Welcome back to my channel. I have taken quite a long break from vlogging. I took 4 days off, so it felt really good to just not have to document every second, and plus I was really busy at work and stuff like that, so I kind of was glad to have the ability to just focus on what I needed to do. Plus I was taking a vacation over 4th of July weekend, like a extended long weekend, so it was kind of hectic just prior to that at work, and I think it was better for me to be able to just like focus. And now I'm on vacation and I can just focus on the vlog, so that's pretty cool. Beard is over here getting his belly rubbed. Let me see. Here he is. He's just getting his belly rubbed. He loves it. It's his favorite. There's nothing this dog loves more than belly rubs, I swear. Maybe playing. He loves playing a lot too, but belly rubs seem to take precedent. I'm just drinking my protein tea. I got a new vanilla protein because I was like running out of my Elevate protein. So I love that one because it has like the shatavari and all the herbs like amla and stuff like that in it, turmeric, black pepper. This new vanilla protein that I got is from Garden of Life, and it's the protein and greens one, so I like it because it's really clean and healthy. But it's definitely, like, I would say Garden of Life and Elevate are in like a more healthier category because they have all the added stuff in it, and they're very plain and simple, and they're not as much like Happy Viking with the flavors or Truvani with the flavors. Like Happy Viking has like quite a few different really delicious flavors, and they still mix in all the superfoods and stuff like that. Truvani uses superfoods, a way smaller amount of superfoods to comprise their protein, but they have really good flavors too, and they're all really clean flavors, so there's very minimal ingredients in the Truvani. And then this Garden of Life is just more like, I would say, a supplement, and kind of like the Elevate is that way too, where it's just more like a supplement, but they're also way less calorically dense. The garbage truck is coming. What's that, Papa? Is that the garbage truck? What's that? What's that? It's not flipping out anymore. He was flipping out, and then I decided to turn the camera on to capture him flipping out. Yeah, he doesn't like the garbage truck, in case you couldn't tell. So yeah, now that it's quiet enough for me to talk again, the Garden of Life and the Elevate protein are both a little less calorie, I want to say. The Elevate is the lowest, it's like 100 calories per serving, which is really nice and makes it great for like mixing into tea and stuff. So this one is just my usual Bigelow green tea classic, which I love. I put a little bit of Power Dust from Moon Juice in here, and then I mix those together with hot water, a little bit of stevia. I used French vanilla stevia, and then I mix the protein with a little bit of just like room temperature water out of my filtered water, and then I hand froth it with the hand frother. It froths up pretty nice like this, and then I just mix it all together. So it's very good. What are you doing? Come here, come here. Yeah, I was gonna try to make him say hello, but he's not going to. He wants belly rubs, probably. He just uses me for belly rubs. Don't you? We have a symbiotic relationship. You gotta see this. Look at him. Look at the leg. Oh yeah, is that good, Papas? How is that? Okay. So, it doesn't smell the greatest in here because one of my neighbors is getting their tub reglazed, and so it smells extremely chemically in here, and I'm like a little bit worried about Beard, because if I can smell it, that means he can definitely smell it. So I'm gonna try to turn the fans on and see if that makes much of a difference, and if not, I'm gonna have to like get out of here for a little while because I don't want him to have to smell that all day, and I don't want to smell it all day either. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it for the next like 20-30 minutes. He's playing with his little toy. You want to play? I got him like this little, hold on, it's so cute. It's a little beat, and it has like the squeakle inside. You want to get it? Go get it. No, he does not want to go get it. He's literally so weird. He's like playing by himself, and then I try to play with him, and he's like, no, I'm not playing anymore. He is a character. Before I realized how smelly it was in here, though, I was going to make a list of like everything that I want to try to get done. So this is my planner. I feel like I've shown it on here before. I got this cool terrazzo because I am a environmental inspector, so we deal with terrazzo a lot because there's lead in it. And I do think it's cool. I just like the aesthetic of terrazzo. They don't really use it anymore because of the fact that it's like hazardous. But this girl designs all of her planners, and so it's the yellow paper house. I think I've shown this on my vlog before, but it's really cool. It's like a little planner. It has all tabbed pages for the months, and then when you go into each respective month, there's like a monthly calendar, and then there's weekly calendar pages, and then there's spaces for notes. So they have space for notes at the end of the month, and then they have space for notes at the bottom of each week. And then in the back they have a whole, you can opt for this or not, but they have a colorway of like a notebook that matches the planner. So this one is all that. All those colors, and it's like supposed to match the motif of the planner. I love this planner, but originally I was writing like for the weeks, like when I was planning my weeks, I was writing appointments that I had, and I was tracking my workouts in here, like what I wanted to do for my workouts. But it's just, I've noticed that that's not really like working for me, and I've been following this woman called the Productivity Psychologist, which I recommend checking her out. She's really, really cool, and she just goes over like a lot of productivity minded concepts for like planning systems and like productivity hacks and things, like organizational tactics that are just going to basically like help you complete the things that you know you need to complete. So I guess what my problem is right now is that I don't go into this as much as I should. Like, I don't open it and constantly look at it. Like, I try to a couple times a week, and mostly I'm just going in here to look at my stuff for my finances. So I don't know if this is like the best system for me anymore, and this planner is pretty expensive because it's like handmade. And whereas it used to really motivate me to want to stay on top of all my planning and stuff, it just hasn't been doing that for me anymore lately. So I was thinking of maybe switching to Notion calendar, and just something that's going to prompt me to want to get in there every weekend prior to the week and organize the things that I have coming up, whether that's socially, professionally, monetarily, goals wise for like my projects and things like that. So I don't know, like I'm like, maybe I need to do a hybrid system, because I mean, I usually will just write down things in here, like, okay, like tonight I have plans with my friend Lena, so that's in here. We're gonna go see fireworks. Tomorrow's 4th of July, so like that's in here. I have off Monday and Tuesday, so I wrote that in here. I have plans with my friend Izzy next weekend, so that's in here. Things like that are like in here, but I don't go into these weekly portions and then like write them out anymore, and I'm not doing anything to track my workouts anymore because I just have it memorized by this point. Like, I know that on Mondays and Fridays I do yoga, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays I lift weights, Saturdays Pilates, Sunday hike. That's always what I'm aiming for, and I try to get as close to that as possible. And then you guys saw that I have my little workout tracker that I write down what I did each day and highlight the days that I did work out, and then on the days that I don't work out, I don't highlight those days, and then I also write the reason why why I didn't work out. So this system for me is working extremely well with my finances because it forces me to have to go back to the previous month and look at what I was doing each day financially, and then make a plan for the next month for that same date and time, pretty much, of like, okay, I had these bills due on these days, I have these bills coming out on these days, and it just helps me to stay on top of like checking things and doing what I need to do for that. So I need to just figure out, like, do I want to maybe get some kind of a simpler, just monthly calendar system for my monetary stuff? Do I want to just keep doing this because it's working for me for that, even though I'm not using any of the other tools? Like, I will use the notes part of it a lot, but maybe that's what I need, you know, is to just have like a monthly calendar with just some free pages behind it where I can just have room to write whatever I want. Like, I'm not really sure. I haven't done anything to try to plan using my Notion calendar. Like, I did do some time blocking when I was feeling really overwhelmed about time earlier in the year, I went in there and I was just kind of like, okay, I'm from this time to this time, I'm going to do this. From this time to this time, I'm going to do that. And I just don't know if that really works for me, because my schedule at my job is incredibly variable. It's always all over the place. It's always changing. Like, for instance, when I go back from vacation, I'm going on nights for a couple days. I vary and flip-flop from when I'm in the office versus when I'm on client sites. So it's a lot that I have to be able to be really flexible and go in between all of those varying contexts. And that definitely suits my personality, and it's not going to suit everybody's personality. But at the same token, it's really hard for me to feel like I'm properly planning and executing things that I've envisioned that I want to do, not just professionally, but even for my own life, because I do work a lot. Like, when I'm working days on my one particular client site, you know, I'm working 10-hour days usually, and then by the time I get back to the office and stuff like that, it can sometimes be a lot longer than that. When I go into the office, I'm always pulling 8 hours. You know, I'll even stay late into the evening, not like crazy late, but, you know, 7 or 8 o'clock, to make sure that I'm pulling those 8 hours. Because also there's a lot of times when I'm going to the office that I'll take advantage of the ability to sleep, because a lot of the time I have to wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning just to make it to my client site on time. So it's a lot. This is why I take herbs and adaptogens and vitamins and things like that and try to really prioritize my health, because I know that it's just me supporting me, and I don't want to fall into toxic habits, and I want to be able to support myself for as long as I can. So I gotta figure out if doing the Notion calendar thing is gonna work for me. I think it will, because my prerogative right now is to go in there on like at some point during the weekend, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, get in there, think about the following week, because for work we get our work schedule Friday night usually. Like, we have it by dinner time on Friday. So if I know what my coming up schedule is for the week, and then I can just maybe sit down, do a brain dump, try to block things out in a way that makes sense, and just let it be a little more flexible. Because the reason why rigid time blocking doesn't work for me is because not only do I have this incredibly variable work schedule, but me myself, like, as much as I try to be structured, like, it doesn't suit my personality to be extremely rigidly structured. Like, I want to have a container for everything, but I want to be able to kind of like move where I'm putting all those containers, if that makes sense. I used to think that it was going to work for me, like, to be like, okay, like 10 a.m. every day I do this, but it doesn't. You know, I think it works better for me to say that on certain days of the week I'm going to do certain things, and like certain times of the day are going to be allocated to certain facets, whether that's like personal, professional, responsibilities, goals, whatever they are, you know. So I got to kind of like think about that a little bit more. So that's my little planning journey. Right now, though, I want to make a list of things that I want to get done today. Ugh, and that smell is getting like really annoying. So today is July 3rd. So today's my sister's birthday, so I definitely need to call my sister for her birthday. I have plans with Lena later, my friend, to see fireworks. I want to have Lena over for dinner. I'm just waiting to see if she wants to come back. Or I'm waiting to see if she's going to get back to me to tell me that she's going to come to dinner. And if she is coming to dinner, I need to go to Mother's. And then depending on what she wants to eat, we're either going to do burgers or fish. And we're going to have like a little kind of barbecue style situation. So if we make burgers, then I'm going to do French fries, like homemade wedges, corn on the cob. I would need buns for that. I'm going to make a big salad. I'm going to make a salad dressing from scratch. What else? And then if we have fish, we'll still have salad and corn, but I'll probably make rice pilaf or something. Probably make rice pilaf. So that's dinner. So we do have to go to the store at some point. I want to film what I spend in a month for June. What else? I want to offload footage for vlog onto computer. I want to do a longevity yoga session, and think if there's anything else that I realistically want, need, or can do. I don't know. I have some packages to open. I think I have some mail to open. And the smell is really strong, so I'm thinking I'm gonna have to get out of here. So maybe like take Beard to the park. I need to shave. I need to dermaplane. And then I need to like shower, like wash my hair and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, I feel like that's plenty of stuff to have on this list for now. I'm also just trying to think if there's like stuff that I want to do for the weekend. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to say come up with Notion calendar planning system. I'm going to come up with a Notion calendar planning system, and then I want to do a brain dump for what I want to accomplish. Over the weekend. And I want to do the same thing for Monday and Tuesday, because those are business days and I have a lot of like banking things that I need to get done for my investments and stuff like that. So I just want to make like really clear to-dos. And I don't know, will I end up using Notion for that? Will I end up using just like a piece of paper? I don't know. But this is the list for now. So I am going to get my butt in gear so I can get beard out of here, because I think it's just really smelly. It's bothering me, and I just don't see us being able to stay here for that much longer. So I'll check in with you beauties soon.
Hanging by a thread, lonesome, lonely as it gets, lost in, wandering in my head. I was sleeping.
Hello, my babes. We just got home. We went to total change of plans. We went to happy hour, and then we went from happy hour into dinner, and we were at the same restaurant for like, I don't know, like 4.5 hours or something like that. We had a really good time. My friend hurt her back, so she had asked me to go out a little earlier in the day, which we did. And then by the time I got home, like, the logistics of going to fireworks by 9:15 was just like not gonna happen. So we'll catch some tomorrow, because there's going to be some big displays here in Long Beach. They changed things around a little bit. There is like a private display that used to be set off every year by the Bay here on July 3rd every year, but they didn't get their permit because the Coastal Commission like wouldn't give it to them for whatever reason. So I don't really understand what's up with that. Like, why are they allowed to do it over the ocean but not the bay or whatever? So we'll go check out the ones right here by my crib tomorrow, and that'll be really fun. And then people always end up like setting off their own displays for a little while after that, so that should be pretty cool. And then tonight we're just gonna kick it. I may or may not watch The Devil Wears Prada 2, because I haven't seen it yet, and I just thought that might be fun to watch. Also, I'm gonna do a little editing right now, so I loaded up the footage for the next vlog. Tomorrow I also have I think I'm doing an 11 o'clock Pilates with my girl Christina, so go do that. And I definitely have to go to the bank, so I need to like research if the bank's even gonna be open tomorrow, like on a Saturday, because today they were closed for the holiday, obviously, because we observed July 4th today. So yeah, and then just keep going off my list, which I actually added a bunch of stuff to. So I mean, I'm making pretty good progress off my list, I feel, but I'll have to check some things off and just make sure I'm getting everything done that I need and want to do. My other sister Lisa actually helped me brainstorm a bunch of stuff today for a big decision that I'm trying to make in my life. So I'm not going to tell you guys about that now. I'll tell you about it as I get it more brainstormed. But I think that'll be something really exciting to start looking into. But yeah, I have a lot of planning and things that I want to take care of this weekend while I have the time and the bandwidth and the space to think about all of it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna edit a little bit. Beard is hanging out. He took one of his toys out. I think he's trying to get more toys out. He's been in a very playful mood. We went to like a little park outside of the cafe we went to, and he played with another dog for a little bit. And then when we came home, one of his best friends, this husky named Murphy that my friend Peyton owns, like, they were coming by our house on a walk, so we hung out with them for a little while, and they got to like mix it up a little bit, so that was cute. But I don't think they really got to like play as much as Beard would have liked to, so I think he's in a very playful mood, so I'll probably play with him for a little bit too. But that's really all that's happening right now. I definitely need to put on comfy clothes and stuff at some point, get ready for bed. I do have a little bit of, so basically I'll just tell you a little bit about dinner. Like, we went to this cafe called Ubuntu. I'm also drinking this LaCroix pineapple coconut. It's like my favorite. I mean, I love the limoncello. That's my total favorite, but this is my seasonal favorite. I want to get more of these, actually. So, went to Ubuntu. They had happy hour. They only had very limited things for food for happy hour, so we just got coffees. I got a matcha and she got a latte. And they started serving food around 5. So then we got dinner. I ordered this like farmer salad, which was basically like a Caesar salad with little gem lettuces. It had like hard-boiled egg. It had caper berries. I got the bacon on the side and gave it to Beard. And then I ordered it with like salmon on it. They charged me a lot of money for the salmon. It was like $15 on top of like an already $19 salad. And it was just like, it was tasty, whatever, but it was so not filling. And then I got like a dessert for another $15. We got flan, and it was okay. Like, it was, it was done well. I like flan, but it was like really sweet and sugary, and it just didn't, like, I was already not very satiated from the salad because it wasn't very big, and then I ate like half of that flan, so I just wasn't feeling like the greatest after that, and it was just like a lot of money. We also got like a mocktail, and it was okay, but like it wasn't, I don't know, like even me and my friend Peyton, like we were talking about it outside, and we were talking to one of her friends who like stopped by too, and like all of us were basically saying like, yeah, it's like a nice ambiance, and you're really just paying for the ambiance and the atmosphere, but the food is just really not like worth the money that they like charge for it. Like, it tastes pretty good, but it's just not like, it's not filling on any level. Like, it's even like the piece of salmon that they gave me, it was literally like half of a piece. It was like half of a salmon fillet. Like, it looked like they literally took like a normal salmon fillet and they just like chopped it in half and then like gave one portion to me and like one portion to someone else. So that's how I feel about Ubuntu. Like, I think it's a great brunch spot. They have great coffees, well-priced coffees. They have good like pastries, breakfast items, stuff like that. But it's really not a good like lunch or dinner spot, I don't think. Like, that, those like entree type meals are just not very like well portioned or anything like that. So needless to say, I'm a little hungry right now because that was all I ate today. So I think since it's like a holiday and I can be a little bad, I'm gonna defrost my little funfetti cake and have like a tiny little piece of that, and then I'll probably make a protein shake or something like that. because all I've had today other than that is a protein bar and a protein matcha. So I didn't really do too good in the food department today, but whatever. I was just in the zone, like hanging out with my friend who I haven't seen in a really long time, and I don't know when I'll necessarily see her again. So I mean, we'll see each other, like she lives around here or whatever, but like we need to like get something on the books, like we were both saying that we need to make it a point to make plans to get together soon and not let like as much time go by. But you know, we're all adults here, we all have shit going on, and we all do our best to balance life and work and social stuff and taking care of our loved ones and things like that. So yeah, that's the catch up for now. So I'm gonna go kick it, and then I'll check in with you beauties to say goodnight in a little bit. Hello, my babes. Me and my little doodle over here. He's so cute. Look. Doodle, are you cuddling to the couch all cozy? All cozy like. Look at that little face. You can barely see your little face. He's like, get off me. He's cuddling. He's tired. I'm tired. It's 12:30. We're going to bed any minute now. I already did my skincare and put on PJs. It's so nice and like chilly and crisp out right now. It's like awesome. So we're about to go cuddle under the blankie, and we are gonna sleep our little buns off tonight. I can't wait. This was a great first day to our little vacation though. The holiday was wonderful, and I'm so glad I got to see my friend, and can't wait to see fireworks tomorrow and have some really good food and all of that good stuff. So that should be really nice to just continue to have a really great Independence Day weekend. And I am going to say goodnight to you guys now, and we will see you tomorrow in the morning. Say goodnight, Beode. He's like, no, I'm going to sleep. Leave me alone. Good night, Papas. Good night, Papas. Say good night. Good night.